And with that, we've started another episode of Transparency Agenda Daily. Woo! It is Monday, June the 12th. Month almost halfway over. You know, these months just keep whizzing by like this. They keep moving faster and faster. So all this crazy stuff going on. You got to pay attention. Got to be aware. Got to see what's going on. But first and foremost, let me introduce myself. Hello, I am Louis Porter Jr., and you're watching Transparency Agenda Daily. Why are people bothering me while I'm in the middle of my thing? Like I don't know any better or something. I don't know. I'm not getting involved with that right now because I'm going to talk about the fun stuff. So, yeah, with the title that I gave you today, you kind of figured out what kind of weekend we had. Because, man, talk about a crazy weekend. That was like crazy. Whew. But before we get into that, let's get into our basics. Let's talk about our basic stuff. Boom. Kickstarters that are upcoming. I haven't even checked today. Oh, top secret New World Order, 6 days. In 6 days. June 19th, 6 days. It's that close. It is that close. 6 days, 8 hours, 57 minutes, and 16 seconds right now. Bam. I cannot wait. I'm all excited. I think this is going to be awesome. Boom. I just all I can say to that. Zombicide, 2.7 million with 14 days to go. I wonder if they'll break 3.5. I'm going to say yes, just to be a little snotty person. And Pathfinder's Kingmaker is going along pretty well. 400,000. They're about just like 100, little less than 100,000 short. You know, I said I'm interested. I'm interested, and I haven't decided to do support yet because of the previous Kickstarters. But if they give out some Pathfinder stuff, like some RPG tabletop stuff, I might be interested. I might find something that might be like, ooh, that's kind of cool. Give me that. Or, ooh, it's kind of cool. We're making something special for that. I'm okay with that. And I would probably support you. And, you know, I don't care for the video game. It's not a big deal for me. But just saying, that's how I would support them if I was in that kind of situation. Next up, I got to do one little thing. This is something I forgot to do. So, of course, we always have patrons on. We're supporting people and patrons. There's one patron I wanted to add, and I didn't add. I wrote down the person's name, but I won't actually find them and put them in our list because I believe that this person is well respected in the industry, should get this kind of promotion, and I think that if you are a true fan of Pathfinder and have been involved in any way, you probably know this person personally and have met this person at events. So boom, I'm going to give you the Patreon list you should be supporting. As always, you know, I want you all to support people who are helpful to us. We are doing a lot of cool stuff here, and if these people are helping, we should be helping them out. Boom. So, of course, we've got Clinton Boomer, Owen Casey Stevens, Raging Swan, Ask a Pathfinder, and, of course, today we added Liz Quartz. Are you familiar with Liz Quartz? Well, if you play Pathfinder, you must be. There's no need for me to go in to tell how awesome she is. I'm just going to tell you again, support her because I've said so. That's why. Don't think about it. Don't get smart. Don't be like, well, I don't know. No, don't do any of that stuff. Just go support because that's the best choice. Just understand what I'm saying. Do what I'm saying. Continue on what I'm saying. All right. Next up, self-promotion. Of course, my self-promotion stuff. That's, we'll talk about that later too. There's nothing new from our buddies at Stonemeyer. Black Diamond, I don't think there's anything new either. And Gary Vaynerchuk has something new every day, many times a day. So go knock yourself out. I would tell you to enjoy that because there's always some good stuff there. And then, of course, now we get down to the good stuff. Now we get to the good stuff, the stuff that's really what you came for, the stuff you wanted to talk about. All right. So I know a lot of us, and I do mean a lot of us, saw that trailer for Black Panther and went nuts. Oh, my God. I didn't put the link up to the Black trailer. Oh, my God. That makes me so sad. Dun, dun, dun. Ha. Do it after in the notes. Yeah, so the trailer for Black Panther. I think it might be illegal how many times I've seen it so far. I think it's bordering somewhere near 20-ish. I mean, don't kid yourself. It's pretty high up there. It's kind of like, ooh, how many times can you watch one trailer? Apparently a lot, because that trailer is awesome. And, you know, once again, I'm like, oh, the trailer's great and the music's great. So if you're wondering who was that song by, you're like, I've never heard this song before. Who is this? That's Run the Jewels. This one is Legend Has It. I have been I'm a fan. I like at least two of their songs, two of their probably most popular songs. Yeah, they're probably the most popular ones. Yeah. Nobody Speak was one I heard, and the first line is what hooked me. And I'm gonna tell it to you, and it's a little, a little rated X, but you'll figure it out real simple. these guys are good rappers. And, uh, see, I don't want to play it because I have to do this whole thing. But it's like, picture this: I'm a bag of dicks. Put me to your lips. And that's the first line in the song from Nobody Speaks. And I was like, what is what? So that was interesting. And then the second song they did, um, who was involved what got me excited. It said, "Oh, Run the Jewels." Like, okay, featuring Zach De La Rocha. And now, if you're not, you're like, who's Zach De La Rocha? If you're saying that here and you're watching the show, just go somewhere because apparently you don't have any taste. Who's Zach De La Rocha? Zach De La Rocha, Rage Against the Machine. Hello, don't ask silly questions. I don't know. I don't know who Zach De La. Fired. That's how quickly I'd be like, fired. Move on. And they got the next song, which I saw, was called "Close Your Eyes and Count to F." Now I'm not going to say that because people think, but that's the name of the song. And yeah, man, that song is awesome. It's got me written all over it. So I was like, wow. So yeah, having Run the Jewels do the trailer music for it, yeah, this one, of course, the link here is, of course, you can check it out. Another piece of great music, not surprised. But we'll come back to that, of course. And of course, it's E3 going on. So with E3, we got a ton of trailers. And I didn't pick all of them. I did help you out that way. So I said, there's a trailer for Castle Wolfenstein, which is great. The trailer for Castle Wolfenstein is great. It is crazy. And I'm watching it. And if you're a tabletop fan, you should watch it anyway. But I'm watching going, why is World War II like the ultimate like thing we always do? Like we go back to World War II every time. Like what if the Germans had won? And we love telling that whole trope. I don't know why we do, but we just do. That always disturbs me. I don't get it, but people love that trope. So stick with it. It works well. Assassin's Creed Origin trailer came out. Very cool. Longer than I expected, but very cool. Give you a lot of the gameplay, give you a lot of look at stuff. So if you like the game, you're gonna love this. It'll be really exciting. Then Ubisoft put out Ubisoft? Yeah, Ubisoft. I think it was Ubisoft. Put out their new game, Anthem. And it's kind of like, I guess it's their approach to do Destiny. Everybody's flying on power suits, so I like that idea. I don't know. I'm not 100% on this yet. I'm not 100% like, yeah, but I'm like, okay, I'm interested. You got me interested. You got some stuff I like. Visually, it's kind of cool. But then it was kind of like overkill and some stuff. But you can customize your power armor any way you want. So I'm interested already. So that's another one. And then the rest, if you want to see a bunch of trailers, I saw this link from Philip DeFranco. It's a great list. It's probably like 30 or 40 of the trailers for E3. So I like the E3 trailers. I always have. I don't ever think the games are all going to come out. I think the trailers are going to be nice. Trailers will be nice. Maybe the games will come out. That's how I've always pushed that. But I'm hoping for more cool stuff. Yeah, but that Black Panther trailer. Yeah, let's get back to that. That Black Panther trailer. I mean, wow. Okay, I liked it for a couple of reasons. First, I'm a comic book fan. I was going to support it no matter what. Black Panther, great trailer, and that's what it was supposed to be. And I'm glad it was. I'm glad it had everything that I wanted to see to get me interested. I mean, it wasn't like I wasn't not going to be interested, but it was like, oh, just in case if you got confused, here's something cool. And you're like, okay, thank you. And, if you didn't know, on YouTube, the trailer got 17 million plays. Now, I'm not going to say a lot of them are mine. I mean, I watch that thing over and 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 over. This is just, oh my God, it is. It is not only just an interesting trailer. It is not just a cool trailer. It is not just those things alone. Visually interesting. And, I'm gonna put it on. I'm watching it right now again, but I have the sound down. And, well, sound off. And everything about it is cool. I mean, every little piece about it is cool. And the setup and the whole deal. And then, like, when you see the actual people of Wakanda and how they look and the dress and it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie per se. But I'll tell you, I'm interested in seeing this. From purely oh my God, this is probably going to be very cool, to I want to see this because I want to see if Marvel can pull this off. Because the biggest problem Marvel's had, and a lot of people said, oh, they can't do minorities in the movie, they haven't done women, and this is like the first real attempt at that. They were taking a character who's well known, well respected, easily identifiable, We saw him in his first appearance in Civil War, and we all went nuts. So we know that this movie had to be, this movie has to be awesome. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure on this. But if done right, this is going to be, I'd say, the precursor to see a lot of Marvel movies that are considered not to be non-traditional. And I mean the word non-traditional as in we're going to have some heroes that are not the typical white guy heroes. There will be minorities. There'll be women. There'll be gay. They'll be bi. I think they're gonna start pushing the limit. I think this is the first step of them. Okay, let's see if we can do Black Panther with as much excitement and interest that people want to see. And don't get me wrong, this looks awesome. I mean, this looks like I gotta see more of this. It looks awesome. It looks well put together, and it looks like they're taking it seriously. And they could have just been like, oh, whatever, just a kind of toss away movie and da-da. But no, they really. I mean, that trailer rocked, just rocked. That's how trailers need to be. The trailer needs to be awesome like that. If the trailers aren't awesome like that, you won't get people excited. And then I thought about it. I'm like looking back at all the Marvel movie trailers. I would say the first three: Iron Man, Thor, Cap, were pretty normal trailers. It wasn't really until they did Winter Soldiers when I say they really spun the trailer idea. I mean, they kind of did in Dark World, but Dark World was a bad movie. I always say Dark World, Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2. Yeah, that's probably the worst three. But the trailer was okay. But like Winter Soldier's trailer was strong, and ever since like Winter Soldier, they've gotten the process of okay, this is how we're going to do trailers, and they've gotten that process down right. And every trailer I see continue on me getting more excited to see the movie and what's coming up next. I mean, Civil War trailer was amazing. Spider-Man's appearance. Guardians of the Galaxy. That was people were like, oh, this is gonna be Australian movie. I remember that people were complaining about it because it was, oh, they made that joke. Oh my God, it's gonna be horrible. And the people went to go see it in droves like maniacs. So boom, they knew what they were doing. Marvel knows what they're doing. Well, Disney knows what they're doing because Disney can tell a story. If you don't think that, just watch any of their movies, they'll make you cry at little puppets and everything. And oh my God, I'm just saying, Disney understands the process, and Marvel now being part of Disney, their movies are gonna get the kind of process. And this is funny because you see that it looks like, while not perfect, the MCU is not perfect, but it's pretty damn awesome considering what you've done. I mean, look, I'm a hardcore fan. I always will be. I'll nick and have problems with stuff forever of these movies because they're not like the comics I've read. But I don't care. On themselves, if you didn't know anything about the comics, you saw these movies, you're like, these are great movies. And you find out they're connected. Oh my God. I can't wait. I cannot wait to show Lucas these films when he's older and say these are how the Marvel movies started and get to watch them. Bam, 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 bam. And it's like, oh my God, there's so many Marvel movies. There are, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm excited about that. And yeah. And then funny enough, we're watching Black Panther. So, okay. So I'm working on our new Exodus legacies, of course. I'm thinking, oh, maybe I want to build in some villains for year 1, 2, or maybe introduce something kind of cool. Or maybe like more on the map, kind of let's introduce this. And then I kept saying, well, I'd really like to do more like Roman style dress because I don't have anything. Most of the settings we kind of stayed away from Rome because it's so common, and Egypt kind of was so common. We did well. If you want to break down countries, character-wise in my head, what I thought they would be and what they look like. The Canis Empire is like Germany and England, that kind of look. The Confederate is more Amazon, slightly African, jungle-esque. The Protectorate is very, very Russian, supposed to be that whole look. And the Dominion was very like Sahara, Africa, Middle East, that kind of feel. And I kept saying, I didn't really put a place for, Rome and that kind of thing, because it's very traditional. It's got a very specific look. But I think that they'd have more of a tied-in look, like more like the Dominion. So it'd be like a combination of basically the Greeks who went to Egypt and basically being, there, and that kind of whole look. I would combine those kind of two looks, which I think would be awesome. I think the Egyptian design, it looks as a very unique look on top of the Greek Roman soldiers that people easily recognize. Putting Egyptian flavor on that, I think it just could be magical. Just like, woo, magic, good thing. And then I saw the trailer, of course, and I'm like, well, you know what? Now I got to do something African. Because that trailer was awesome. It hit everything it's supposed to. It made it look cool. And it's like, it looked badass. And then it's like, I think this movie's gonna have such an effect on this. Well, let me phrase that again. I'm hoping this movie has such an effect on the psyche of young black filmmakers, young black creatives, young black artists, that after seeing this movie, and this movie becomes, if it's please Lord, let it be good. I'm hoping it's good. I'm sure it's gonna be good. Please Lord, let it be good. I hope like this article I read, and I've said like a couple times now, this becomes the Black Star Wars. Now, some people are like, what is that supposed to mean? It means exactly what it says, the Black Star Wars. Because in science fiction, a lot of blacks are not into that. Not a thing, just something they didn't get to. Science fiction is too fantasy for them, but I think the Black Panther might be that one. This might be the first bridge that you can go, okay, look, this is how we're going to do science fiction. This is how we're going to tie it in. This is why it's going to make sense. And this is why, as you being African-American or African or someone of color who does not look like Thor, Iron Man, you can identify with these characters. And here's a hero for you. And not just like Luke Cage. Don't get me wrong, I like Luke Cage, I always will, but it plays with a very urban dynamic. It's supposed to. That's the gimmick. And Black Panther's not. Black Panther's royalty. He's a king. He's a political leader. And he happens to be a hero. Can't even say superhero because it's like that's just makes it too small. You know, he's a hero. He's been a member of the Avengers forever. He was a replacement for Cap. I mean, it's like this guy's relationship with them is well documented. And to see it on screen, it's like, I mean, don't mess it up. I don't think they're gonna mess it up. I mean, I'm hoping they're not gonna mess it up. But man, oh man, it's like that trailer's any indication of how it's gonna look and how it's gonna play out. And yeah, man, it could be awesome. And look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in it just to see if Claw gets the sonic converter. I want to see if he actually gets it in the movie, gets to use it, and does he become the full sound version of Claw? I just want to know. I'm kind of curious. I would like to know. I think it'd be cool, but you know, I'm not putting my cart before my horses. I'm gonna enjoy what I got and be thankful for that. And that's gonna, yes, Scott, because Luke Cage was awesome. Hello, Luke Cage was gonna be awesome because he knew it was gonna be awesome, and it was. Daredevil was exactly as good as it should have been. Jessica Jones, not my type of one, but people loved it, and I get why they loved it. I thought it was okay. I thought the story was a little too long for me. That's a personal choice. I don't think it was bad. It just was too long for me. Luke Cage, I think Luke Cage's story was too long for me. But and once again, when Cottonmouth got killed, it kind of like deflated a little bit. I mean, I love the story, but it's like that Cottonmouth stuff was awesome. And yes, the music was ridiculous. That we all know that was just. I mean, come on. That music on Luke Cage was ridiculous. It's like you asked a bunch of rap guys, hey, we all know you're comic book fans and kung fu fans. Would you like to do music for Luke Cage? Hell yeah. Everybody and their mother jumps on that. And you got such a great selection of music. This was crazy. That's nothing. Well, Iron Fist was something. Say I won't badmouth Iron Fist. I just think it had a lot of problems before it even got started. It couldn't have been anywhere as good as they wanted it to be. And once again, it's another character that's very tough by himself. When with Luke Cage, you get the banner back and forth. You get the play. That's why I would say it's funny. They always do like Luke Cage series and then Iron Fist series and Marvel. They started doing that in the 90s, I guess. And it's like, dudes, the reason that they work so well, they're a team and they're a believable team. And yes, they play on some of the classic tropes. And yes, the white guy that knows kung fu. Yes, people are like, well, he knows it better than the Asian guy. Well, you know what? Here's the cool thing. Because Marvel Comics is so smart, there are tons of Asian guys to do kung fu. Shang-Chi and the Cat being 1 and 2. And you can go all day. And let's be honest, Shang-Chi will make an appearance. Because look, it's Bruce Lee plus James Bond. But you can't roll. You can't. I mean, good Lord, my God. Oh my God. Scott, the reason the fighting was so bad because that guy's an actor first, not a fighter. And somebody told me this, and I didn't think about it until I saw Daredevil and I realized it. What makes Daredevil's fighting so realistic? He's wearing a mask, so the stunt double can be in the mask and look all cool, and then you flip back to the main acting. Iron Fist didn't do that, which they should have. You should have put the little yellow thing on his face. I mean, that would have been stupid looking, but something. But I think that would at least help with the, you can see the stunt double doing the awesome fighting and let him be the actor. But they didn't do that. And he was not a good fighter. And it's not as strong as he could have been. It's once again, you don't find a lot of guys who can fight and act, who fight well to be believable and act. Hence, that's why Daredevil has a lot of guys costume covering face. Even the fight scenes in the new one. He's wearing a scarf over. It's like it's because of the stuntman. It's a tough scenario to be in for Marvel because they have a lot of good ideas, but they can't always execute them always the best. But I think the Defenders, which is the dumbest name ever, and I should have called them Heroes for Hire. I still don't understand why they didn't call them that, but I digress. Yeah, I was really upset about that. It's like the Defenders. No, man, Heroes for Hire. They're mercenaries, except for Daredevil. But he's a lawyer, so he's a mercenary. See, this all gets me upset. My hair gets all upset. I'm all upset now. But yeah, Marvel's gonna do good stuff. I'm not worried. I just want Marvel to start doing other like cooler stuff. Like I want Marvel to do their Punisher series. I want to see that. I want to see Marvel do Moon Knight. I think Moon Knight could be a really cool spin on Batman. I think that could be like really, if done really well, it could be like. I mean, plus let's talk about the psychology. You know, the guy's got multiple personalities. I mean, you can go all day with that. That could be like the hot new thing. Shang-Chi, of course, which I'm hoping they would. I'd love them to do, but it's like it's gonna be tough. But I think if Marvel keeps making these shows, and they keep making them relatively well, they keep doing pretty well money-wise, I think they'll be able to do cool stuff like in the future. That's a plan. All right. That's it tonight. I got all crazy talking about stuff, got all overexcited. That damn Black Panther trailer again got me. Which I'm gonna watch again because I'm just a child apparently. But I love that. That was an awesome show. Oh, so yeah, so go check out the links today. Definitely check out Run the Jewels. If you've never heard the group before, just listen. If you like rap music, it's a very different style of a rap. It's the kind of rap I like. Very angry and stuff like that. Super angry. Like when I turn off this, I'm gonna turn on the song Annie Up by MOP. And if you're like, who's MOP and what's Annie Up? You should really put that song on because there's no angrier song than Annie Up. I mean, well, there are, but it's like in the top 10, 12. But you know what I'm saying. All right, I'm getting out of here. I got work to do. I got stuff to do. I got to finish up some other stuff and send some letters to people that I've been ignoring. That's what I do sometimes when I'm the boss. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming by. Tomorrow, of course, we'll have another show. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about tomorrow because we don't know what's going to be happening at E3, but I will be talking some cool stuff. As always, check out our YouTube, support us there, or boom, Facebook right here in front of you. Well, in front of me. In front of me, you can check us out on Facebook and always sign up to our regular company homepage, Louis Boyer Jr. Design, or Neo Access Legacies on Facebook. That's the big one. We've got 41 people signed up. I'd like to have 100 by the time we start. I hope we have more than 100, but I think this is going to be an awesome Kickstarter. Scott, you've got some work to do. You just don't know it yet. That's the fun part about being here. Just yell things out like that. All right. So as always, give your mother and father a hug and kiss. I'm sure they love you, or call them. They'd love to hear from you. Go tell your children they're amazing. You love them and they can do anything. They'd love to hear that. That's it. I'm getting out of here, and I will talk to you all later.